Hello, I'm Paulina and I study English almost every day with Outcomes Advanced. Welcome aboard. So today we continue working with the texts, Bilbao, Bogota, and Manchester. Actually, we're gonna close this, how to say, the series of retelling texts, and to do it, we are going to do some tasks after the texts and before. Actually, I have already revised all vocabulary we've been studying, and it actually took like 35 minutes to revise all items. And actually, there are 60 words and word combinations in the note file that I attached previously. So check it if you want. Do not if you don't. Sorry. I revised all the vocab already, but I didn't work with the questions after all the 3 texts. So let's do it. Actually, we're supposed here to discuss it in groups, but as far as we are here alone and we teach ourselves, so let's speak to ourselves, just like we did it previously, right? Okay, so which city each sentence refers to? Bilbao, Bogota, or Manchester? Look back if you need to. So it's absolutely legal to look back. And what I want in this exercise, first of all, of course, we're trying to recall it ourselves without looking into the text. The thing is that we have to remember the particular sentence in each. Just a second, sorry. So sorry, it's just one of my students. So we have to remember the particular sentence from the text. And if we can't recall it, then we go back to the text, okay? But I need to remember the sentence, not just like, okay, it's Bilbao. So, some other cities have unsuccessfully tried to copy what it did. I think it's about Bilbao, because they embarked on a strategy to reinvent itself. It embarked on a strategy to reinvent itself and by constructing new buildings designed by famous international architects, but it wasn't the only one point in their strategy, and maybe that's why other cities have failed to replicate on what they've had done, because they didn't take up other strengths. Okay, let's find it in the text. If I am Bogota, Manchester, Bilbao, here we go. So yeah. Are the cities trying to replicate? Sorry, let's take a pencil and change finally the color. Let it be red, yeah, so that everyone can see it. So, however, other cities trying to replicate failed. Yeah, okay, that's why, yeah, I'm right. Next one. So the government forced people to sell something. Okay, actually, this one is a bit more difficult. I find it a bit more difficult to recall. So let's say it's Bogota, because I remember that the city converted private spaces used for golf courses and something else. They inverted into free parks with new sport facilities for all people. Let's check this idea. I'm not sure. It was so having cleared expropriated the land of a private country club golf course converted into. Okay, I think this is it's about all this. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. If I am mistaken and you want to comment on, you're welcome in the comment section. Sport has played a role in the city's redevelopment. Some city has won a right to host Commonwealth Games. If I'm not mistaken, it was Manchester. Yeah, let's check it. Yeah, it had won the right to host the Commonwealth Games, a large sporting event. Yeah. Next. Some of the changes were paid by motorists. Motorists. Let's check it. Motorist. Motorist. Okay. So some of the changes were paid by motorists. Okay. In some cities, the council diverted the main roads, making access to the center easier, if I'm not mistaken, if I do not confuse something. And in another city, so they improved life for pedestrians and created wide pavements. And I remember that they imposed restrictions on no, they didn't prevented cars from parking on this pedestrian zones and pavements. Yeah, and then later they increased a tax on not gas, on petrol, tax on petrol. It was in the first one. Yeah. Yeah, right. In Bogota. So wide pavements were built, cars were parking on them. Restrictions on car use and increased taxes on petrol. Yeah. So in this case, I think I'm right. It has a more diverse economy than it did in the past. It's about Manchester, if I'm not mistaken, because it was said that the economy of the city has increased in all areas since 1996 or something. I think it's Manchester City. Yeah, since 1996, the Manchester economy has grown in all areas. Great. It has aimed to create a child-friendly environment. Okay, this is for sure Bogota, because Enrique Penalosa, I hope I pronounced his surname correctly. So Enrique Penalosa, he proclaimed, he embarked on a strategy when they should have created friendly, child-friendly space, and he said that it would create, like further in the future, it would create, okay, I can't recall, but I'm sure it's from Bogota. Yeah, a successful city for children, the perfect city for all citizens. So, yeah, it's from Bogota. And a bad event turned, no, sorry. The changes made it better able to survive a second downturn. Yeah, I was surprised by the fact that after the one came another. And it was in Manchester or Bilbao. Bilbao, I think. Yeah, it was in Bilbao text. Oh, sorry, I must recall myself firstly. It's better able to survive a second downturn. So after the first wave, the city was hit by an economic downturn, which resulted in unemployment soar. Okay. Oh, Yeah, however, the city was hit. Yeah, I remembered it correctly. Many factories closed down and employment soared. Nice. And the last one. A bad event turned out to be fortunate. This one I also recall. It's from Manchester City. Text. Like I even remember the sentence. Just a sec. I don't remember the first word. It's like da 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 da. It's like this. Like, however, no matter how bad the bombing was, it created an opportunity to start it all again, which might not have happened otherwise. Let's check it. What was devastated? No, Manchester was devastated. Not Manchester, the city center of Manchester, yeah? So dreadful though the bombing was, it actually provided an opportunity to start again, and that might not have happened otherwise. Okay, so dreadful though the bombing was, I think I will remember this sentence like forever. You know, one day, not one day, I studied at school, which a particular we had it in one of the texts. Just a moment. With a particular focus. Okay, yeah. So that's why I love learning texts now, because I can just take the phrases from there. This is how it works for me. Just because I was told the same way at school. So what I wanted to say before, in school, we had a particular focus on English, and so what? I've just lost my train of thoughts. No, I found it. So, yeah, it was a particular focus on English, and we learned topics like Russia or Samara or Great Britain or William Shakespeare and everything. So everything was studied and taught in texts, actually. So we took vocab from there, we retold them, we learned them by heart, we then passed exams, telling these topics to our teachers like every year, or even half year, even maybe every half year. So, and even now I remember one of the sentences from one of the topics, still remember. Russia is a multinational and multicultural world. Very foreign people and cultures mix, but one thing remains basic. That is our homeland. That is our homeland, Russia. 2 sentences. First 2 sentences. I will remember them forever, even if I live up to 100 or something like. I don't remember the phrase, but still. So I think I will remember it anytime. Really. This is what people call wake me up in the night and I'll tell you this. So this is what it's about in my case. Okay. So we are done with this wonderful exercise, recalling all the cities that were that we were working with before. Now we proceed to the next part, which is a bit more difficult to me, but we have to. Okay, it's been 15 minutes already that we are studying. That's why I will choose just some questions, not all of them. Okay, from this exercise 6 with your group. Hi, my group. Discuss the questions. Which of the cities you read about has the most interesting story? Why? Are there comparable cities? No, this one I don't want to discuss. How child-friendly is your city? Okay. Iconic buildings. It's easy one. An easy one. Why do you think some regional projects fail? Oh, I know. Okay, I don't know for sure, but I think. Do you think questions perseverance is okay? So which of the cities you read about has the most interesting story and why? Actually, I find all the stories interesting to me. as long as one of them was concentrated mostly, and like the motto of the changes were like making better world, better city for children, yeah, but better environment for children. It's about Bogota. About Manchester is that so dreadful though the bombing was, it created an opportunity, and I was surprised by the way they put it in the text, because it's literally what actually we must as human beings make draw lessons from, yeah, and make conclusions of, because it literally created opportunity, and it's great that people name things as they are. You see what I mean? I hope. And as for the last one, Bilbao, okay, maybe this, okay, it was also interesting just because several economic hits, economic downturn, yeah, downturns, and in all cases, people like take up trends, yeah, they took up trends, sorry, they embarked on strategies, they tried something new, and they the main thing is that they довели до конца, how to say, oh, like finished. I want to I want to know the particular phrase. Okay. Like to see things through the end. Okay, they I don't like reversal. Bring to a close, carry through, volume up. Maybe this one is better. Finish the job. Yeah. No, sorry. They bring to a close. Okay, so they brought all the changes to a close, and we can now read about the results they had. Yeah, it's great. This is what I was inspired from. Oh, are there comparable cities? No. How child-friendly is your city? Okay, I think my city is quite child-friendly, as in all the parks, and we have like several of them, like at least 5. I can recall at least 5. So we have playgrounds everywhere, in every yard. Even in my yard, there is in children's playground, or playground is like for children, and it comes from the definition of the playground. Okay, we have playgrounds everywhere. We have very developed, not well run, like infrastructure for kids, kindergartens everywhere, schools everywhere. We have children's rights protected, greatly protected in my city, and I think in my country as well. So yeah, I think my city is child friendly. Sorry, what cities in your country have new iconic buildings? I know only about Moscow city, and actually now in Samara city is being built, which is going to be like 3 skyscrapers of 60 something floors. It's going to be a real iconic building, I think. Why do you think some redevelopment projects fail? Okay, actually, I think that okay, it's a question of a group of people. Yeah. So one of them takes responsibility for others, but they work like a team, right? And in every team, as far as it's not just one person, different things that that disturb them from continuing or going on, yeah, they take place. Like, first of all, corruption. In my case, not in my case, sorry. In my case, I love to take money. I know. So, in my opinion, in my view, corruption exists everywhere, and this can be really like stick in the wheel. Like, we have an idiom to put stick in the wheel, but it's different in English. Okay, so it prevents from continuing, really. What else? Exhaustion. Just people lose their motivation, or the voices of opposition grow so fast that you can't, like, fight them or something. So people become more like more against than for these changes. So, and the majority of the population of the city, for example, or the country, is against this redevelopment projects, right? Or at some point, for some reason, they just lack of money or something, yeah, at some time. And the last one, do you think hosting or hosting? Let's check this one. I love checking pronunciation. Host. It's host. Okay, nice. So hosting sports events is good for a city. Okay, on the one hand, yes, because in my country in 2018 we hosted football World Cup. Yeah, and it was great because the cities where the matches took place were renovated. Main roads were diverted, particularly in my city. A new stadium was built, and like some deprived areas or badly neglected areas now are affluent and flourishing. And it's really great because I love my city, and I love the way it changes all the time. So all profound changes that it underwent were fantastic. But at the same time, on the other hand, I have to say that sometimes, and I remember also, these were Olympic Games in 2004 in Athens, so in Greece. And I know that since that time, just after the World Cup, Olympic Games, the city was разорен. Let me check it. Broke, по-моему, да? Broke. The city was broke. So ruined. Not ruined. I think the city was broke. Yeah, it had no money left. Yeah, because all money were poured into creating facilities like for hosting, yeah. And afterwards, all that was of no need. That's why it resulted in broken up. No, I'm broke. If you are broke, it means you have no money. So the city was broke. Okay. So we're done, I hope, with all these 3 texts now, and we can continue, yeah, working on something else. Let's see what we have. Again, vocabulary. Oh my, recovery and change. Again, replace the words in italics with the let's make a screenshot and put it into mirror here so that we can type here, right? Recovering change. Replace the words in italics with the correct form of these verbs. Then decide which of the synonyms are more common in academic, 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 okay, in the academic written English. Undergo, flourish, impose, demolish, pour, soar, be neglected, initiate. The city has gone through huge changes in recent years, not entirely for the better. Undergo. Gone through, go through. The city has undergone, undergone, go through, undergo. Okay. Let it be pink. I love pink. Yeah. I love when it's all beautiful. Has undergone huge changes. Okay. The government will have invested for, will have poured. Okay. 3 billion pounds into the transport system by the end of this parliament. The slums were knocked down, demolished, I think, yeah? To make, to make way for a golf course, and the inhabitants were rehoused nearby. 4 minutes left. The previous mayor set out an ambitious plan, initiated, or maybe an ambitious plan to develop the city center, but it's run into financial difficulties, and the new mayor has cancelled the project. Well, financial difficulties, as we had the question before, what can stop, what can prevent from regeneration and everything. So initiate an ambitious plan. The whole area has become run down, and the council has managed to secure EU funding to hold the decline. Has become run down, has become neglected, has been neglected. The city has managed to attract a lot of inward investment, and businesses are springing up and doing very well and flourish. And are flourishing, I guess. Are springing up and flourishing. Okay. Crime had gone up a lot. Go up a lot. It's a nice one. I shall go up. In the 1980s, and the mayor's zero tolerance policy, nice one, was credited with reversing the trend. Gone up a lot. And soared, because soar is to go up very, very quickly. Had soared, of course. Had soared a lot. Yeah, now we see how this verb can be also used in speech. And the last one, in order to ease the congestion, to ease something, make it less intensive, the government brought in restrictions, imposed restrictions on car use. So what I love from here, go up, soar. Also, it was here, bring in. It means bring in, means impose. Yeah, I loved it too. Something else. More forward and the gun. No, everything else was quite familiar to me, yeah. So I think that's all for today. That's absolutely enough. What we're gonna do at home. At home, we have to continue working with reading. Actually, vocabulary, this one. Reading. So we are going to do exercise 5, 6, 7, reading this wonderful text and doing the tasks after. And one more thing, recovery and change from the from this exercise that we have just done. Okay. So finally, what I have to say after at least 1 week of English every day, like 30 minutes every day, and after learning some texts, I also started, describing things in English in my head when walking down the street or something, because I'm kind of an anxious person, and the only way to stop being anxious is being present at the time, which means I start describing like who I am. I'm Paulina. What am I doing? I'm walking down the street. What is this man doing? He is feeding his dog or something, petting his dog, and so on. And I try to do it in English. And what I loved and continue loving, if I can say so, about this whole thing is that I now remember the word easier, really. I don't know whether it is connected, connected. Whether it's all about, it has to do something with the fact that I'm learning or practicing every day. I don't know. I think it's all combination of my actions. So I hope you're doing well as well. Okay. That's all for today. Let's go today and have a wonderful weekend. Have fun, have rest. Take care. Okay. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.